Hi, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. In this video, I'm going to talk about HUD before aspect. So, this annotation we are going to see. First of all, an aspect is a common feature that's typically scattered across methods, classes. So, features like logging, security, auditing. So, these are the features will be scattered across the business layer. So, say in this example demo class I've written hotel service IMPL. So add hotel, this is my business method, okay, and before calling this business method I want to have a logging here, but I don't want to have a logging code here, okay, because I don't want to mix club the logging code here, tracing or security code here in my business class. So instead of that I separated in a different class. So I have my own aspect. Aspect is nothing but it's going to contain a set of point code expressions. So here in this class I will have only my business method, and I will configure here in a different class, okay, in my add hotel method. Before calling this add hotel method, call this method. So I'm separating the concerns, I'm separating the log code from my business method, okay. I don't want to put this logging code here, okay. So that's where aspect oriented programming comes into picture. I want to separate the concerns, okay. So in this video I'm going to talk about the before annotation. It's from the Spring framework, aspect J. This is supported by the aspect J, and Spring framework will inject this method before this using proxy. Using proxy method, this code will be injected before this method, okay, and this method is called the target method. Now I'm going to run this. I'm going to get the hotel bean, and I'm going to call the add hotel method. So this object will be the proxy object. If you see here, this proxy object will have this code, okay. It will be a wrapper method. I'll show you an example here. So what will happen exactly is I'll be getting a proxy object. My advice method, that is before annotation method, will be injected here, and my target method is nothing but the add hotel, and if there is any other advice after annotation is called, it will be used here. So a wrapper method will be called, and a proxy object will be created, okay. So before this add hotel, Spring is going to inject this method, okay. So let me run this program so that you can understand how exactly this before annotation works, okay. So let me run this program in a debug mode so you'll understand. So first step is we are going to get the bean, we are going to call the method. If you're doing new of service IMPL, it's not going to work. It's not going to give you a proxy object. Nothing, AOP will not at all work, okay. If you see here, this object, it is not a normal object, it is a JDK dynamic proxy which is generated by the Spring framework, okay. So JDK proxy. So if you see here, I'm going to call this method. It will not call directly the add hotel, it will call the first tracing method, okay. Can you see here, it should have called this method in the normal case, but here since we are using aspect advice, okay, now my join point will be the method that I have to invoke, okay. If you see here, I'm going to get my method name, that is add hotel, okay. See here, yeah. And now after calling my before advice, my add hotel will be called. So everything is done by the proxy object. Please read more on proxy object, you will understand it. So now in this demo we have seen how exactly this before works, before advice worked. Hope this video is useful. Thank you and all the best.